Team 1 of 52 teams of 8. Help make America wiser and kinder with antique rival wisdom team quotes that have passed the test of time to make humanity great, with words of wisdom to encourage, educate and entertain generations for centuries. Give your kids free easy extra advantage math, spelling and reading workbooks you can download for free at stop2think.com. Free easy math wisdom workbooks with Octo-Repetition to grow math self-confidence. Free easy alpha Cypher coded puzzles, teach letters, numbers, and phrases using antique wisdoms that encourage and educate. And since time is money, practice reading faster with 52 teams of antique rival wisdoms that have passed the test of time to encourage, educate and entertain generations for centuries. Team quote 1.1. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. St. Jerome 347 AD 420 AD. This quote from St. Jerome presents a powerful philosophy of continuous self-improvement through a memorable, almost rhythmic structure. It's fascinating that a message from the 4th century remains so relevant to modern discussions of personal development and excellence. St. Jerome, known primarily for translating the Bible into Latin, the Vulgate, embodied this principle in his own scholarly work. He continually revised and improved his translations, demonstrating the very progression he describes, from good to better to best. The quote's 3-part progression suggests that excellence isn't a destination but a journey. It discourages complacency at any level of achievement. The phrase, "never let it rest," is particularly striking. It implies that even when we reach what we consider best, there might still be room for improvement. This mindset has influenced fields far beyond Jerome's religious context, from education and sports to business and personal development. It speaks to the human capacity for continuous growth while acknowledging that improvement happens in stages, not all at once. Team quote 1.2. If you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. Booker T. Washington 1856 to 1915. This quote captures a profound truth about human connection and personal growth. Booker T. Washington, born into slavery and later becoming a prominent educator and leader, understood deeply how helping others could create positive change both for individuals and communities. The wisdom lies in its paradox, that by focusing outward on lifting others, we end up elevating ourselves. This can work on multiple levels. Practically, teaching others often deepens our own understanding. Emotionally, supporting others can boost our own sense of purpose and well-being. Socially, building others up tends to strengthen relationships and create networks of mutual support. Professionally, mentoring and helping colleagues often leads to opportunities and growth for the mentor. Washington lived this philosophy through his work at Tuskegee Institute, where he focused on education and economic development to lift up African Americans during the challenging post-Reconstruction era. His personal rise from slavery to becoming one of the most influential Americans of his time demonstrated how helping others could create broader societal change. The quote remains relevant today, particularly in discussions about leadership, community building, and personal development. It suggests that true success isn't just about individual achievement, but about creating value for others. Team quote 1.3. It is never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot 1819 to 1880. This is a deeply encouraging quote from George Eliot, the pen name of Marian Evans, that speaks to the human capacity for growth and reinvention at any stage of life. The sentiment challenges the common belief that our paths are fixed, or that opportunities expire after a certain age. Instead, it suggests that personal transformation and the pursuit of unfulfilled potential remain possible throughout our lives. It's particularly poignant coming from Eliot herself, who began her career as a novelist relatively late, publishing her first work of fiction at age 37. She went on to become one of the most celebrated authors of the Victorian era, despite facing significant social barriers as a woman writing under a male pseudonym. The quote continues to resonate today, particularly in an era where career changes, lifelong learning, and personal reinvention have become increasingly common. It serves as a reminder that self-actualization isn't bound by time or age. Team Quote 1.4. He who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Lao Tzu 601 BC 531 BC. This deceptively simple quote from Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, contains deep wisdom about contentment and the nature of human desire. It challenges our modern assumptions about constantly needing more to be satisfied. The insight works on multiple levels. At a material level, it suggests that understanding and accepting what we truly need, rather than what we want, leads to sustainable contentment. This contrasts sharply with the cycle of constant consumption and acquisition that characterizes much of modern life. On a philosophical level, it speaks to the relationship between our inner state and outer circumstances. The key to abundance, it suggests, isn't in accumulating more, but in understanding what constitutes enough. Perhaps most subtly, it implies that the very awareness of enough is itself a form of wealth. Those who can recognize sufficiency when they experience it have gained a kind of wisdom that brings lasting satisfaction. This perspective feels particularly relevant today, as societies grapple with questions of sustainability, mindful consumption, and the relationship between material wealth and genuine well-being. The quote suggests that true wealth might lie not in having more, but in needing less. Team Quote 1.5. Write your injuries in dust, your benefits in marble. Benjamin Franklin 1706 to 1790. This quote reflects Franklin's practical wisdom about how to approach life's positive and negative experiences. The metaphor is particularly clever. Writing injuries, wrongs done to you, in dust suggests they should be temporary, easily erased, quick to fade away, light and insubstantial, while carving benefits, good things done for you, in marble means they should be permanent, lasting, deeply remembered, substantial and weighty. The advice speaks to emotional intelligence and psychological well-being. By letting go of grudges, dust, while maintaining strong gratitude, marble, we create better relationships and a healthier mindset. This aligns with modern psychological research, showing that holding on to grievances can be harmful, while practicing gratitude contributes to well-being. Franklin, known for his pragmatic approach to self-improvement, understood that dwelling on injuries only perpetuates their harm, while remembering kindnesses builds stronger social bonds and personal character. The quote's enduring relevance suggests he identified a fundamental truth about human nature and relationships. Team Quote 1.6. Genius begins great works. Labor alone finishes them. Joseph Joubert 1754 to 1824. This insightful quote from the French moralist and essayist Joubert addresses the relationship between inspiration and effort, suggesting that even the most brilliant ideas require dedicated work to bring them to fruition. The quote makes an important distinction between 1. The spark of genius that initiates, begins great works. 2. The persistent effort that completes them, labor alone finishes. It's particularly relevant because it challenges the romantic notion that genius alone is sufficient for achievement. Even the most brilliant concept requires the less glamorous, but essential component of sustained effort to reach completion. This wisdom applies across many fields. In art, where the initial vision must be painstakingly translated to canvas or stone. In writing, where the flash of inspiration must be developed through multiple drafts. In science, where breakthrough ideas require years of methodical testing. In business, where innovative concepts need careful execution to become reality. Joubert's observation remains especially pertinent today, when there's often a tendency to celebrate moments of inspiration, while overlooking the crucial role of persistent effort in bringing ideas to life. Team Quote 1.7. Experience is one thing you can't get for nothing. Oscar Wilde 1854 to 1900. This is one of Wilde's more serious observations, lacking his usual wit, but containing profound truth. Despite his reputation for clever paradoxes and social satire, Here he offers a straightforward insight about the nature of personal growth. The quote acknowledges that true meaningful experience, always comes at some cost. Time, effort, sometimes failure, often discomfort, occasionally pain or loss. What makes this observation particularly powerful is its implicit warning against shortcuts. You can buy knowledge, you can inherit wealth, you can be given opportunities, but experience itself must be earned through living, doing, and sometimes failing. This relates to modern contexts in interesting ways. In an age of virtual experiences, simulations, and artificial intelligence, Wilde's insight still holds true. There remains no substitute for genuine lived experience. You cannot download experience or buy it ready-made. It must be accumulated through actual engagement with life. It's a humbling reminder that some things of value cannot be acquired instantly or easily, no matter how advanced our technology becomes or how wealthy we are. Team quote 1.8. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Confucius 551 BC, 479 BC. That's a profound quote from Confucius that speaks to the value of persistence and steady progress. It suggests that the pace of advancement isn't as important as maintaining forward momentum. The wisdom lies in recognizing that any progress, no matter how small, is more valuable than giving up. This philosophy has proven relevant across many contexts, from personal growth and learning to achieving long-term goals. The metaphor of continuous movement, however slow, versus coming to a complete stop, is particularly powerful. It acknowledges that everyone moves at their own pace, while emphasizing the importance of keeping going despite obstacles or slow progress. And if you'd like to help raise school test scores and self-confidence, you can give your kids free Easy Extra Advantage math, spelling, and reading workbooks you can download for free at stop2think.com or buy at educationstopshate.com. Free Easy Math Wisdom Workbooks with Octo-Repetition to grow math self-confidence. You'll get plenty of repetitive practice of age ranges and averages of our 52 teams of 8 quote authors. Free Easy Alpha Cypher coded puzzles teach letters, numbers, and phrases using antique wisdoms that encourage and educate. Can you decode this Cypher quote of encouragement using either our learning to spell or just for fun instructions? And since time is money, practice reading faster with 52 teams of antique rival wisdoms that have passed the test of time to encourage, educate, and entertain generations for centuries. We offer printed versions and time videos with background music. Sign up for free weekly emails of 52 teams of antique rival wisdom workbooks with easy math, spelling, and reading practice. And if you'd like to get paid for sharing our wearable wisdoms, keep this in mind. Everyone I know wears a shirt, and most of us change them daily, so change your shirt and change the world. Social equalities are blatantly subliminal antique positive wisdoms repetitively shared without saying a word. This applies to all our wearable shareable wisdoms, like pretty witty baby onesies and baby tees that you and others will see and read multiple times a day. The same is true with pretty witty kids, but they'll also share these wisdoms with anyone that can read at daycare or school. Youthful truths let your kids gain confidence sharing antique wisdoms with their friends. Imagine them sharing words of wisdom with classmates and teachers. Therefore I think tees I wear is a super easy way to share words of wisdom that have passed the test of time. Our social equalities help make us all wiser and kinder with blatantly subliminal messages, promoting a more fair and equal opportunity society for all. And don't forget our giftwisdoms.com for birthdays and holidays that makes it easy to share the wisdom with clothing, coffee mugs, and magnets. So do the future a favor by encouraging, educating, and entertaining with words of wisdom that have passed the test of time to make us all wiser and kinder. With wearable wisdoms to fit babies, kids, and adults, you can clothe a whole family, city, or state. Join the 52 of 8 today at 52of8.com.